this is an image I've already edited in Lightroom, belonging to Linda Medine. It was beautiful out of camera. We added a few little effects to it in Lightroom, and now what I want to do is I want to pull it into Photoshop and I want to work on it there. So in order to do that, I'm going to right click my picture down in the bar, and I'm going to go to Edit in Adobe Photoshop 2022. Now, it pulls up this little dialog box. Do you want to edit the original, edit a copy, or edit a copy with Lightroom adjustments? And this is what I always go to. It applies my Lightroom adjustments. I don't have to do anything else to it in Photoshop. It goes in as it is here. So I'm going to click edit. It's going to pull it into Photoshop, which I've already got open. And I am ready to make adjustments or to add textures or what have you. So let's just play with adjustments for a bit. So I can come here to adjustments in the adjustment panel and I can find what I want to do. Let's see. I kind of want to do a color lookup. Where is my color lookup? Here it is. Okay. Let's just see. Oh, okay. No candlelight. Why are my dot looks not working? This is something to, yes, this is definitely something to research because it should not be black. But it looks like my 3DLs and my dot cubes are working. Oh, that's very pretty. So this is emulating in a Fujifilm, Fuji Eterna. It's quite a difference, but it is beautiful. I probably wouldn't do it quite that heavy-handed. I might pull it down to about 50%. And I think that's actually a lovely change. Okay. Textures. I have about a cajillion textures. um, let's see. Come on, textures. In my Photoshop overlays folder. Now, you may not have this extensive of a collection, but I collect. If I use it once, I'm going to save it and I'm going to put it in a folder and I'm going to label it. I've got everything. I've got smoke. I've got underwater textures. I've got old photo effects. But I do tend to play in my texture folder the most. And a texture, you can make your own textures. You can go out and you can photograph a picture of a wall that has an interesting, texture. The sidewalk, tree bark, different stones, different plants, they all have their own unique texture. And you can photograph those and you can use those as your own textures. For today, I'm going to lean into a texture pack from an artist called Jessica Drawson. And I am going to grab this one called Glaze. Now, everybody's like, oh, how do I get it into Photoshop? Literally, all you have to do is click it, drag it, and drop it. And it goes right onto your picture in Photoshop. It's its own new layer. I'm going to change the blend mode. I usually change to either overlay or soft light because I want to give it this kind of like painterly on canvas texture. Now I could create a masking layer and I could get a brush and I could just kind of tap and take it off of the lily a little bit, which is not a bad idea to just kind of let the lily still be the star of the show. And Photoshop has this fun new feature. Well, I say new, but it's been there. It's called a neural filter. So you go to filter and the neural filters, and they've got so many new things that you can do. What we're going to do is we're going to play with something called style transfer. So you turn it on, and then they have all these different artist styles. we're going to process this one. We're going to see how we like it because I feel like this is water lilies. This is a lily. I feel like it's going to translate nicely. Oh, that's pretty. Let's see. Do we want it to be a strong? That's lovely. Oh, I like that. Okay, well, I'm going to click OK. It outputs it to a smart filter. So I can turn that off and turn that on. And actually, let's see, I can disable my layer mask. And kind of goes back and it puts it on the flower a little bit, but I'm going to enable the layer mask. Still let it be there. I do like that. You'll notice that it only applied the neural filter to the layer that I was working on, which was the glaze overlay. If I turn those off and I go back to my background layer and I go to filter and neural filters, it'll have an entirely different effect applying it to that layer. Now you can say preserve color and it will keep your colors in there. You can make it a stronger painting texture. I tend to like it to be lower because you want it to be photorealistic. I don't want the style to be very opaque. I like there to be some detail. I want my background to be nice and blurred. That makes it look like a painting. But I really want this to be a photograph, not a painting. So I'm going to click cancel and I'm going to re-enable our color lookup layer and then our glaze layer that the neural filter was done on. So that is how I would edit this photo. It takes this lovely, lovely image of a lily and it makes it into something more of a painting. And I think I would be happy to have this on my wall. So let me know if you have any questions about neural filters or color lookup or blending modes in the comments, and I am happy to answer those questions for you. Thanks again, Linda, for sending in this image. I really enjoyed working on it. It was so much fun. And you can send me your own images down below in the description box. I will leave a link for you to drop and edit my photo image for me. And I will see you around later. Bye.